Welcome back in one of the Bears Papa Plays YouTube channel. Today is Wednesday. It's March 12th, and I'm back bringing us more plays for the NBA. Look at the recap from Tuesday night before the Wednesday plays. Bucks down by one late in the third quarter, have them minus 2.5. They came out as the underdog right before tip-off with Tyrese Halliburton deciding to play tonight, even though he was ruled out yesterday. That's just what the NBA does. Went from out to questionable to probable to playing. And that was all in a span of 24 hours. And the last 2 hours was from questionable to probable to playing. So that's just what the NBA is. Got a minus 2.5. 1 point game. Anybody's ball game in that one. Hopefully the Bucks find a way to cover there. Giannis, 19 points in the third quarter right now. Going to be out very soon. So we need a big fourth quarter from him. And we also need a big fourth quarter from him because the Bucks are trailing by a little bit. Then Zion over 22.5 points, 6 points at the half. He's just not shooting a lot. He's 2 of 5 from the field. Pelicans kind of having their way once again on the inside, going up against the Clippers. Zion just has 6 points. I hate the minutes for Zion. He plays 5 minutes, then he sits for 8 or 7 or whatever, comes in the last 2 minutes of the first quarter, and then he plays like 4 minutes in the second, then comes in for the last 2 minutes of the second. That's how can you get any sort of rhythm doing that? I mean, Zion's got to be on the floor for 8-10 minutes at a time for him to get some rhythm. That's a horrible rotation for him. Also, he doesn't play back-to-back, so why are we only playing him 28 minutes a game? Doesn't make any sense to me, but that's what we have right now. Trying to get at least one win up on the board. Had a pretty good day on Monday. Really hate to have a bad day today, but we'll see what happens there with the NBA. We're going to go on to Wednesday's plays. We got a really, really good game on the docket for tomorrow. Actually, 2 pretty good games on the docket for tomorrow. We're going to start with the Thunder going up against the Boston Celtics. Thunder just had that back-to-back going up against the Denver Nuggets. It was a very good back and forth between those two teams. A lot of runs in that game, in the first game and the second game, with them splitting. Nuggets take the second game, Thunder take the first game, 127 to 103 and 140 to 127. So double-digit point win for both teams. I think both those teams are very good. I think the Thunder are better than the Boston Celtics. I don't care if they're going on the road. They got a day off. They had the day off of travel as well. Boston Celtics, I'm just not impressed with them. They've got all the superstar talent. Kristaps Porzingis dealing with an unknown illness. He posted on X the other day about that. No idea what's going to happen with him. He's probably not going to be playing this game. Drew Holiday might not be playing this game as well, dealing with that hand injury. So it's going to be Tatum, it's going to be Brown, and it's going to be Derek White, Al Horford on the floor, going up against all the young guys for the Thunder. I like the age of the Thunder. This travel thing, these back-to-backs, I know they hurt a lot of teams, but the Thunder are one of the youngest teams in the NBA, so I don't think that affects them more than any other team in the NBA. I like them here to cover the spread. I think they win this game outright. I'll take the plus 4.5. Giving me the Thunder with 4.5 points. They're one of the best teams in the NBA, probably the best team in the NBA, depending on who you ask. Giving me 4.5 points, I'm going to take that every single time. I know Boston's on a 5-game winning streak, but Boston is just, I'm not impressed with them right now. I don't know. Maybe come playoff times, whenever they have the easiest path in the world to get to the finals, maybe I'll change my mind. But I'm going to take the Thunder here, plus 4.5. It's too many points with one of the best teams in the NBA. Let's move on to the next play. T-Wolves going up against the Denver Nuggets. The Denver Nuggets, like I just said, we talked about that, going up against the Thunder. They were able to split. They did play much better in the second game. Jamal Murray played a lot better in that second game. I think he only had 12 or 14 points in the first one. He was the leading scorer, I believe, for the Nuggets in the second one. Was nearly 30 points in that one. T-Wolves coming into this game on a 5-game winning streak. They got Julius Randle back. He's been helping out a lot. Julius Randle has been playing some team basketball. I thought I'd die before that ever happened, but no, Julius Randle playing some team basketball and nearly had a triple-double against the Heat, I want to say it was, but they're coming off another win going up against San Antonio, putting up 141 points going up against the Spurs. Spurs are a disaster. They're an absolute disaster on the defensive side. They allowed 141 to the T-Wolves and then like 130 to the Mavericks, losing the other day. So that Spurs team, defensively, they got gaps all over the place. But we're going to go with the Nuggets here against the spread. I think this is a game they're going to win by double digits. I think the T-Wolves are a good team. They're just not a great team. I think the Nuggets are a great team. The defense has been hit or miss this season. They're bottom 5, or actually they're bottom 8 on the defensive side this season in the NBA. But with the way Nikola Jokic and Jamal Murray played in that last game going up against the Thunder, I think we have no reason to worry in this one with them getting back home in this matchup. They have been on back-to-back games against the Thunder, but just like the Thunder, they got the night off and they're at home. So I like them here. 2 days rest against the spread as the second play of the day. Let's go to the NBA player props for tomorrow. We're going to go with the Thunder. We're going to go with Shea over the total points. Only 25 points in that second matchup going up against Denver. Dropped 40 points in the first matchup on 15 of 32 shooting. it was kind of a blowout in that game with the Nuggets in the fourth quarter. He didn't play the final 4 minutes for the Thunder. I'm not going to look too much into the 25 points against the Nuggets. I mean, 25 points is still a good night for nearly every single NBA player besides Shea because he's averaging 32.7 on the season. But I go over 30.5 points in this one, maybe 31.5 going up against Boston. Boston defensively has been almost as good as the Thunder on paper, but they just haven't been playing top-tier opponents over the last several games. I think the Thunder will come in, win this game, and SGA is going to be a big part of that. Probably another 40-burger for SGA in this one. I love him in this one. 25-plus shots, 30-plus shots in this one going up against Boston. Get himself back on track for the MVP that he is nearly a favorite in. So over the total points, 30.5, 31.5 as the first play of the night. Second play tonight, we're going to go with Anthony Edwards. I think they will lose this game going up against the Nuggets. But at the same time, SGA had that 40-point game against the Nuggets. The Nuggets defensive this season, bottom 8 in the NBA. Anthony Edwards is going to get his. I mean, he always does. He always finds a way to get 25, 30-plus points in some of these bigger games. And like I said about Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, Anthony Edwards is just as good as finding his shot as SGA is. He's just as good at getting open. He's just as good at finishing at the rim. And he might even be better at shooting threes. I know SGA didn't take a lot of threes, but Anthony Edwards has been taking a lot of threes this season. Over 40% shooting from the outside for him. I do think this will be a high-scoring game. Nuggets have been on cruise control on the offensive side over the last 2 or 3 weeks. T-Wolves, they've been a lot better with Julius Randle getting back in the lineup. I know it's weird to say that, but Julius Randle back in the lineup, actually getting a lot of assists, opening up Anthony Edwards on the outside. So I'm going to take the over total points here for Anthony Edwards as the final play of the night. Let's go to that NBA recap graphic for tomorrow. We're taking the Thunder plus 4.5. Give me, I think, the better team with points. I'm going to take that every single time. Nuggets against the spread going up against the T-Wolves. SGA played to 31.5 going up against Boston. And then Anthony Edwards, 26.5 points. I think it will be down just a little bit with Julius Randle getting back in that lineup. It was like 28.5, 29.5 without him and Rudy Gobert, but now it's back to 27.5, 26.5, somewhere around that number. So that's going to be the final play of the day. Guys, that's going to do it for the NBA picks and props for Wednesday, March 12th slated games. If you guys enjoyed the content, please drop this video and subscribe down below. See you guys next video, and thanks for watching.